Hi guys, it's Carrie Ann from Everything Mom, and this week's book pick is actually for your teen, young adult book, How It Ends. This book is actually perfect if you have a teen sort of just starting high school, because it's kind of the time frame of it. So How It Ends is the story, sort of the rise and fall of two friends, Jessie and Annie, as they start high school. So Jessie had a rough elementary school, being bothered by girls. So now in high school, though she's looking new school, new people, there is sort of this residual effect of these elementary school girls are now in high school. So she has kind of that to deal with. Annie is new to the school and new to the area, being somebody who lived in the city, but due to a family change is now living in the suburbs and attending the same high school that Jessie's there. So there are two people who are kind of on the outside who find each other and develop this sort of friendship, which is great. But like all friendships, they go through ups and downs. Jessie really loves her friendship with Annie, and it's something that she hasn't had in a while, or she used to have with an old friend who turned on her. So she protects that friendship fiercely, but it starts to almost get a little suffocating because Annie, although she loves Jessie and her friendship, also being new to the school and having varied interests, wants to expand her friendship, to other groups. And this is sort of where the friendship starts to falter a little. And like any relationship, you can only maintain it and grow it if it's based on mutual respect, and there seems to be a little loss of that. So the friendship starts to divide, leading them down, sort of different paths. A situation that happens in the story actually brings them back together. So high school in general can be a bit of a minefield, and How It Ends is a little bit of a depiction of kind of that minefield when it comes to friendship. There are two main characters, Annie and Jessie, and the chapters are simply titled Annie and Jessie, and they alternate back and forth. There are two voices in this book from the two characters, and I found the author did a good job at the beginning distinguishing between the two, but as the story went on, and maybe it was more my inability to separate them, but I found it took a little more effort for me to distinguish between the two characters. So I got into the rhythm of first it's Jessie, then it's Annie, then it's Jessie, then it's Annie, to know how the characters were switching. Along with the friendship, which is a great storyline that I think young teens can relate to. The story also touches on areas that I think teens are going to be exposed to, if not already, such as underage drinking and sex, parties when parents aren't around. There's pregnancy and even abortion that is covered in this book. As a parent, I certainly wouldn't want my children to be participating in some of the activities that are talked about in the book, but I think pretending that doesn't happen is unrealistic. I think teens are exposed to these sort of pressures about parties and being offered drinks and having sex, or what happens with everybody when you become pregnant. And so I think it does a good job touching on those subject matters that your teen is probably already being exposed to at school, or it's being talked about. How It Ends is this week's pick for your teen. A great story about sort of the rise and fall of friendship between two girls starting a new stage in their life in high school, and talking about a number of topics that can be touchy, but are topics that your teen is probably already talking about or knows people who are going through them. I'll be sure to include a link below to the full review of the site and how you can get a copy of it if you're interested. If you're interested in picture books or middle grade or more young adult books, leave a note in the comment below. Maybe there's a subject matter or hobby or interest that your kids have. Let me know, and I can keep that in mind when I'm looking at doing future book reviews. As always, you can find me here every Wednesday talking about book picks for kids and teens. But I'm also here talking mom confessions, family travel, and just other fun family stuff. So don't forget to subscribe so you can be made aware when the next video is published. And until next time, ciao!